Hi, everyone. My June collaboration is with Neil and Meredith Laughlin. They own Lone Leaf Gallery and Custom Framing in Little Washington, my hometown. Meredith and I went to high school together, and then Neil and I were in art school together at East Carolina University. And then we actually did our senior show together. So super stressful time. Neil was the best person to do your senior show with because he's just so chill. And I've kept up with both of them and their business. And when I wanted to do these collaborations, I definitely knew that they were one business that I wanted to reach out to because I'm in Ecuador and I can't go to their shop and get things framed and buy things from their retail section. I thought that this was a way to help them from afar. So the plan here is their shop is on the corner, Main Street in Washington. So they have a whole side of their building that doesn't have anything on it. And Meredith has been dreaming up ways to put a mural there. So what I'm doing is they're gonna have a painted mural, and then they're gonna have what I'm doing, which is a digital sketch that they're gonna print on vinyl. Not sure how they're gonna adhere it to the wall just yet, but they have sort of this little frame. It's a brick exterior that's painted gray. But it's obvious that there were once windows on that side, but they've been bricked in and painted over. Within one of those window frames from the past, we're gonna insert this vinyl mural. I'll show you what we started with here. So this is a photograph of the inside of their shop with all the frame samples. And then there's a table below where Neil does all the work of framing things. So what they wanted was basically a sketch of what the inside of the shop looks like. This first sample that I'm doing here, though, there's two options. There's one with Neil in the frame, get it? And then there's one without Neil in the frame. So I'm starting with the one without just so that I can get the exact background. So I'm just outlining all these little frame samples really simply in Photoshop. Nothing is accurate. I'm not using completely straight lines. They wanted a loose sketch. So here I am in Photoshop, just going one line of frame samples to the next. And we'll just keep going with that for a while. Okay, so we're almost done. We have one more line of super simple frames. Look at the variety they have, guys. Go get your stuff framed. And then all the little stuff in the back, and ultimately, some of these details get taken out. I think what I'm illustrating there, just something knelt up against the wall, I think we take that out. And here's the cutter that they use to cut mats and stuff. And then we've got that one really ornamental frame laying on the table to add a little bit of dimension. Okay, so there we have just the outline. Just the outlines. I later go in and add some shadows and some grays and stuff. But here is where I'm gonna plug in Neil. So I'm gonna erase what he's standing in front of and then just outline him. Okay, so now we have those two options. So I'm going to go in and create shadows. And then their brand colors is this orange. And this might not be the exact orange. I'm gonna get that number from Meredith so that we stay on brand. But I'm going in there and just putting pops of color, pops of orange to add a little bit more excitement. And then I'm adding some grays. They specifically wanted warm grays, so I'm picking up a gray while my color slider is in the orange and red range so that our grays read warm. I'm gonna put a few different. This is a lighter one. And sorry, I never collapsed my little panels over there. So those panels are always covering up some stuff, so I apologize. Here we go. So now I'm going to do the same with Neil's. I'm just going to transfer over everything I did on the first one, line it up, and then erase what's on top of Neil. Oh yeah, and the frame that Neil is holding. And there's probably a quicker way to do this, but it's somewhat satisfying to see Neil emerge underneath all those colors once I erase them sort of slowly. All right, so then you have to start adding some shadows to Neil. And I'm making the background, I'm putting like a gray overlay over the background so that Neil stands out a little bit more. And then adding a little bit of orange to him. I didn't want his entire shirt to be orange because that would seem like overkill, so. Ta-da! There we have the two. These show some adjustments that I made. Like I made Neil's shirt gray just to dull it down a little bit, and then I took all the detail off the frame Neil's holding just because I felt like that was receding into the background a lot. And then we made the tabletop gray over in that first one, just to dull that down a little bit. So these were the two options that Neil and Meredith have, and they ultimately are going with the one without Neil in the frame. And we're talking now, and maybe I'll have a little video of it once they give me the text, but we're talking now about actually making this thing look like a window that has etched lettering on the glass. So whatever words they come up with, they have Lone Leaf on the front window. So I think they're trying to come up with something different to write in this one. I'll show you that process if that indeed is something that they want, so that you can have a little peek into the shop and what it looks like in there. So yeah, this was super fun to work on, especially for them. Meredith and I have managed to meet every week for the past couple weeks and talk about all kind of things besides this mural. It's nice to catch up. So, which was the point of these collaborations, was to see people that I don't normally get to see since I live out of the country, and then help them with whatever they got going on. So it's super rewarding, and I get to make things that will sort of just pop up in a lot of different places around the country, around the United States. So it's been really fun. If you're in Washington and you want to go see this, it'll probably take a couple months, to get it finalized and printed and up on the wall and stuff. But this will be making its debut in Washington this summer, hopefully.